In a way, enlightenment means you are an unblemished life, no branding. Once you mistake memory for intelligence, then you're messed up. There are only two kinds of people, mystics and mistakes. If you see things just the way they are, people will label you as a mystic. People even believe this, that there'll be some science in the body and they burnt Trishul in their back, on the forehead, see this just appeared. In the West, people show their hands and there are marks here and say, I have the crucifixion marks, so Jesus has appeared for me. In India, Shankha will appear on the shoulder. You just have to burn yourself. You can brand yourself with Shankha Chakra or with crucifixion marks or whatever nonsense you want. In a way, enlightenment means you are an unblemished life, no branding. So you brand yourself and you think you're enlightened, very sorry. So, if there is no brandings, how do you recognize? You cannot recognize. You cannot recognize. How does anybody here know I'm enlightened or not? I never made a statement on that. So how do they know? They're just assuming. Yes. See, you go and sit in front of your kindergarten teacher. Do you know how knowledgeable he or she is? No. But that he or she knows ABC, you do not know, so you sit. So right now, we are talking XYZ. You do not know, so you sit. So what does it matter whether I got acknowledgement from somewhere else or not? You want to learn XYZ, you sit here. You don't want, you go. So, what is it that is being referred to as enlightenment? You know, there's something called as daybreak. It's a good word, I like that. It's called sunrise, but it's a daybreak. The day broke. Is it? No, it's a night that broke. Hello? The day broke or the night broke? Night broke. Night means what in our perception? Darkness. If you were an owl, it would be different. In your perception, night means uncomfortable because dark. Your visual apparatus are not comfortable in darkness. That's why we invented all these lights and this and that. Why? Because we are not comfortable when it's dark, because we don't know what is what. In light, we see things clearly. So if night broke, that means if clarity appeared, this is all sunrise is doing to you. You could not see, you were struggling, sun came, suddenly confidence. You know where to go, where not to go, what to step into, what not to step into. This is all enlightenment is. Clarity came, where you see everything clearly. You know, there was a book that we were publishing. There's a series of talks and something came to give a title. So I looked at the content a little bit and then I said, of mystics and mistakes. What it means is, there are only two kinds of people, mystics and mistakes. If you see things just the way they are, people will label you as a mystic. So what are they? They're a mistake. They're making mistakes about perceiving basic aspects of life, that's all. Yes? Making mistakes about perception. Why they're making mistakes about perception? Their one hand is always dipped in their memory. This is why we say karma. They are mistaking memory for intelligence, that's all the mistake they have done. Once you mistake memory for intelligence, then you're messed up. If you have some memory about something that other people do not know, you look like scholarly. See, people read 10 books and they become scholars. People just read one book and they become religious. If you mistake memory for intelligence, we call you a karma case. You're a karma case because you live out of your memory, not out of your intelligence. If you live out of your intelligence absolutely, without getting your memory and intelligence mixed up, then people say, oh, he's enlightened. Because whatever you bring it in front of him, he'll look at it and say, this is what it is. Simply because he doesn't mix up memory and intelligence, that's all. As simple as it seems, everything that you are right now is memory. You're a man or a woman, this is memory. Not memory means just conscious memory in your head. Your body remembers, isn't it? Hello? If you and me eat the same food, I will not become a woman, you will not become a man. The same food goes into me and becomes a man, the same food goes into you and becomes a woman. This is by memory, isn't it? The body remembers. The body remembers. If you and the monkey eat the same food, he will not become you, you will not become him. Because the body remembers. There's evolutionary memory, genetic memory, elemental memory, atomic memory, conscious, unconscious levels of memory, articulate and inarticulate levels of memory. Who you are itself is memory. So if your intelligence has to be free from memory, that means you're free from yourself. That's all.
Dear seekers, in the quest for enlightenment, one must ask, what is the nature of this light we seek? Is it not true that the very search for enlightenment is born from the darkness of ignorance? And, in the silence of our being, do we not already possess that which we seek? Enlightenment, often perceived as a distant, almost mythical state, is, in reality, deeply rooted in the essence of our everyday experiences. Consider the simplicity of a blooming flower. It does not strive to bloom, it simply blooms. Its beauty and perfection are not the results of effort, but of being. Similarly, enlightenment is not a destination to be reached but a realization of what is already within us. Imagine a man searching for treasure in his own house, unaware that the floors he treads upon are made of gold. He travels far and wide, seeking riches, only to return home empty-handed. In his despair, he discovers that the treasure was always beneath his feet. This is akin to our search for enlightenment. We look outside for answers, in scriptures, in gurus, in practices, yet it resides within, in the mundane moments of our life. In our everyday lives, each interaction, each thought, each breath carries the potential for enlightenment. The way we drink our morning tea, the manner in which we greet a stranger, the attention we pay to the rustling leaves, all these are opportunities for awakening. When we are fully present in these moments, we are enlightened. It's not the grandiose experiences but these simple, unnoticed moments where true understanding lies. Think of a mother tenderly holding her child. In that embrace, there is no past, no future, only the profound presence of love and being. This is enlightenment, the recognition and embodiment of pure consciousness in the simplest acts of our lives. Enlightenment is also in the acceptance of life in all its facets. It's easy to be calm and centered in a serene environment. But can we maintain this serenity amidst chaos? The true test of enlightenment is in the bustling streets, in the heart of conflict, in the throes of our daily struggles. It is easy to be peaceful in a quiet cave, but the challenge is to be peaceful in the market. We must also understand that the path to enlightenment is not linear. It's not a progression from ignorance to wisdom, but a recognition that both coexist within us. Like the two sides of a coin, they are inseparable. Our flaws, our mistakes, and our ignorance are as much a part of our journey as our wisdom and successes. Dear seekers, it is essential to recognize that enlightenment is the space of presence. It is not something we achieve, it is something we realize. It's not in the future, it's here, now, in every moment, in every breath. The journey to enlightenment is the journey inward, a journey of recognizing the extraordinary in the ordinary, the divine in the mundane, and the eternal presence in the transient. Only in this realization can real transformation occur, not as a change from one state to another, but as an awakening to what has always been. Continuing from this profound realization, we delve deeper into the essence of enlightenment. It's a journey that does not end with one awakening but continues, deepening and expanding with each breath, each moment. Enlightenment is often compared to the blooming of a lotus in a muddy pond. Just as the lotus rises above the mud, untouched and pure, so too does the enlightened being live in this world. They are in the world, but not of it. The mud, representing our challenges and sufferings, is not something to be shunned or despised. It is, in fact, the very substance that nourishes our growth. In the same way, our difficulties and trials are not obstacles to enlightenment but essential parts of the journey. Consider the daily occurrences that we often label as mundane or trivial, the laughter of a child, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the rhythm of our breathing. In these simple experiences lies the profound truth of our existence. Enlightenment is not about transcending these experiences but fully immersing ourselves in them, recognizing the interconnectedness of all things. Furthermore, enlightenment is not a state of perpetual bliss or eternal happiness. It is a state of equanimity, where one experiences joy and sorrow, pleasure and pain, with equal acceptance. It is the understanding that these dualities are not opposing forces but complementary aspects of the whole. The enlightened being embraces all facets of life, understanding that the dance of creation is one of constant change and impermanence. In this journey, the role of meditation cannot be overstated. Meditation is not just a practice but a state of being. It is the art of being present, fully and completely, in the here and now. Through meditation, we cultivate the ability to witness our thoughts, emotions, and sensations without attachment or aversion. This witnessing consciousness is the essence of enlightenment. It is the realization that we are not our thoughts, not our emotions, not our bodies, but the awareness that observes all these. As we continue to walk the path of enlightenment, we must remember that it is a path of paradoxes. We strive to achieve something that we already possess, we search for answers that lie within us, we seek to become what we already are. This paradox is not a riddle to be solved but a mystery to be lived. Dear seekers, enlightenment is the natural state of our being. It is not an altered state, but the most fundamental state. It is the recognition of our true nature, which is beyond form, beyond thought, beyond time. This recognition is not the end but the beginning of a lifelong journey of discovery and wonder. This realization of our true nature is the essence of transformation. It's not about becoming something other than what we are but realizing that we are, and have always been, everything we seek. In this realization, we find not just peace and joy, but the very essence of our existence.